Hey guys, welcome to the stream space. I'm Pydera, and as you may know, we've been starting to do a lot more original content with things like these. So we have done one other video just like this, and we are really leaning into, we want to get kind of into the what each of these things include, and so you know kind of what you're paying for, because some people are like, oh, I can read the box, but it's like, what are your chances? Like, if you're going to buy a $65 box of Pokemon cards, why is it worth it? Could you not just buy 8 booster packs on their own for roughly the same price? Anyways, so we've got this box here, and we're going to unbox this. This is the Chilling Reign Elite Trainer box. So, we are going to pop this bad boy open. And we're going to record. Upcoming for our Nintendo stream is the first impressions of Metroid Dread. Feel free to check that out. Pydera_74 for Twitch and Pydera Space 74 for here on YouTube. Let's pop this guy open. Okay, so I'll read off what it comes with, just so you guys know, and before we get too into this. Because once I get into the packs, I'm not going to want to stop, and I will go through each card, what they include, and what they do, rarities, and all that stuff, okay? So, Rule the Frozen Tundra. This Pokemon TCG Sword and Shield Chilling Reign Elite Trainer box includes 8 booster packs of Chilling Reign, 65 card sleeves, featuring Ice Rider Calyrex or Shadow Rider Calyrex, 45 TCG energy cards, cool, 6 damage counter dice, a TCG rulebook, player's guide to that expansion, competition legal flip coin, 6 damage counter dice, I believe I already said that, Bluebell is yelling at me, a collector's box to hold everything, 2 acrylic condition markers, and a code card. And actually, technically, you get a code card for each booster pack as well, and a code card for Pokemon Trading Card Game Online, a game we actually intend to start playing. Okay, so I'm putting the first part of it down. First thing you get to see is this player's guide, which they did mention in the ad, or in the ad, on the box. Okay, so this is what the box looks like. I would have to say I'm definitely more of a fan of the Evolving Skies box. This is made of high grade and very artistic looking cardboard, as opposed to your more traditional card boxes, which are definitely made to be thrown away. This is meant to be kept and then used for storage. Next up, obviously, we get a Pokemon Trading Card Game rulebook. So if you are a big person into the games and you actually want to play, then there you go. Okay, so they all come with this cool looking sleeve device, just to keep everything in its place inside the box. I personally don't keep it. They come with dividers anyways. Okay, booster packs, as promised. These are the acrylic markers. These are not cardboard, they are made of plastic. I know, acrylic, it was said. Dice and damage counter, but these are blue. The Evolving Skies ones are actually more of an orangey red. These are dividers. So after you actually start loading cards into this, you can use them to keep them separate or however you want. Like some people will use this as a deck box. Code card. Cody card. A large little mini deck of energy cards, so if you are, again, a player in the game, you'll appreciate those. Sleeves. Okay. Very good looking sleeves, too. Dark blue. Personal favorite for me. Alright, so on to the main attraction. We're not going to waste too much time with this. Booster Pack 1. Let's break her down. So, as I said, I will go through each card, their type, abilities, energy costs, single strike versus rapid strike versus whatever, basic, stage, and all that stuff. Weaknesses including resistances. As a player of the game, I would find this type of information extremely important. Okay, code card. Keep that for later. Okay, so I don't do card tricks. I'm not going to try and find the holographic or anything like that before I get to it. We are going to start at the top and work our way back. Okay, first up, from the new beginners for Sword and Shield, Scorbunny. He's a fire type with 60 health and a single strike Pokemon with 1 attack, Headbutt, for 1 fire energy. It does 20 damage. No effects. It has a weakness towards water and a retreat cost of 1 with no resistances. Okay. Aeron, one of my favorite Pokemon, as far as the generation it comes from. I think he's 3rd gen. He's a Steel type with 70 health. He has 2 attacks, 1 Gnaw for 2 any energy, for 20 damage, and the second Rolling Tackle for 1 steel and 2 any energy, doing 50 damage. That is actually pretty good for a stage 1, shelling out almost his own health worth of damage before he's even evolved. That's not bad. As a Steel type, he has a weakness towards fire, a resistance towards grass, and a retreat cost of 2. Okay. Snorunt. He is, well, I mean, technically he's an ice type, and I'm aware of this. He is a water type with 60 health, 1 attack, Headbutt, for 1 water energy and 1 any energy. Plus he does 30 damage. He has a weakness towards steel and a retreat cost of 1. Okay. Venipede. I actually just started really playing Black and White, and I'm actually getting into it, and I'm actually pretty excited to see how that game concludes. Let's get into this, though. Venipede is a dark type with 70 HP. He uses Poison Sting for 1 dark energy that does 10 damage with the effect that your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. He has a weakness towards fighting and a retreat cost of 2. Schnover. Good old Schnover. Odd grass type, but I'll take it. He is a grass type with 60 HP, and he's a single strike Pokemon. I don't fully know what that means yet, to be clear. He has 1 attack called Whap Down that does 60 damage and costs 3 energies, one of which is a grass type. The other 2 are any. He has a weakness to fire and a retreat cost of 2. Very cool. Scroll of Piercing. Reverse Hollow. Single Strike Scroll of Piercing. This single strike Pokemon this card is attached to can use the attack on this card. You still need the necessary energy to use this attack. Bullet Breakthrough. The energy it costs is 1 fire and 2 any. Does 120 damage. This attack's damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance or by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. Whew. That's actually pretty gnarly. The rare of the pack, as you may know, each pack comes with 1 rare card minimum, sometimes even 2, depending on if that reverse holo is happening to be a rare card. So we have today Galarian Weezing, looking all dapper in his top hats, and his, wonderful mustache. All he's missing is a monocle. This variant of Weezing is a dark type with 130 health, 1 ability and 1 attack. The ability is each basic and a dark energy attached to your Pokemon that have Weezing in their name provide double energy. You can't apply more than 1 energy factory ability at a time. That's nifty. So if you give him 1 energy, he technically gets 2. He's battle ready a little bit quicker than other stage 1 Pokemon. Suffocating Gas is the attack that he has, and it does 50 damage for 1 dark energy and 1 any energy. He has a weakness towards fighting and a retreat cost of 2. Obviously, I'm not going to read through these, but energy. We got looks like Galarian Chestplate Armor. This is an item card. This is a Pokemon tool. If the Pokemon attaches, okay, if the Pokemon this card is attached to has Galarian in its name, it takes 30 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon after applying weakness and resistance. So, not bad. Yeah, be good if you have a Galarian themed deck. So you got a Galarian Meowth or something, add that on there, and then it'll make sure that he takes reduced damage. Next up, trainer card, Caitlin. What is she? Is a supporter trainer card, meaning she can only be used once in a turn. There is only one space for supporters in a turn. And as it goes, put any number of cards from your hand onto the bottom of your deck in any order. Then draw that many cards. Not bad. Kakuna. Classic. He's a stage 1 Pokemon that is a grass type with 80 health. He has one ability, Stiffen. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 40 less damage from attacks after applying weaknesses and resistance. He is a bug type with a weakness to fire and a retreat cost of 3. I have cards that would do a ton of damage to him just for having a 3 retreat cost. I mean, that's pretty hefty. That is hefty as hell. Onward through the fog into a pack of that has a Galarian Moltres on it. It's funny how they made Galarian versions of them, and like I don't even know if there's a natural way to catch one in the games. Okay, we got our code card. Okay, cool. So, first up, Deli Bird. Water type, 90 health. Stage 1, sorry, basic, pardon me. He has 2 abilities. Icy Snow for 1 water energy, that does 10 damage. And number 2 is Package Delivery for 2 any energy, which does this. Put this Pokemon and all attached cards into your deck, and if you do, search your deck for a card and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Weakness of Steel type, and retreat cost of 1. Larvesta. Actually really like this one's evolved form too. Volkenroth. That is a fire type with 80 health. And he's an unusual... I love how they're giving bug Pokemon more elements. So, like, you have Joltik turning into Galvantula. You have Ariados, obviously poison type. You have Larvesta, which turns into Volkenroth, which is that's a fire type, as you saw. His first attack is Flame Charge, and it's his only attack. Does 10 damage at the cost of 1 fire energy. Search your deck for a fire energy card and attach it to this Pokemon. Then shuffle your deck. Fucking damn it. Flame Charge. So his weakness is water times 2. I mean, that's standard weakness. Doesn't typically go higher than that. Retreat cost of 3. We got Mareep up next. Mareep. Okay. He is an electric type with 70 health. Basic Pokemon with 2 abilities. First ability, Growl, which can... during your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon's attacks do 20 less damage before applying weakness and resistance. Growl costs 1 any energy. His next attack is Static Shock at 1 lightning and 1 any for 20 damage and no effect. Weakness of fighting and a retreat cost of 2. Next up from there, Heracross. Classy. I actually really like the art for this one. Grass type with 120 health, single strike Pokemon. Basic, 1 attack, 2 attacks, Horn Attack for 20 damage and 1 any energy. Single Horn Throw for 40 plus damage, and Grass Energy and any energy. Flip 2 coins, and if both of them are heads, this attack does 160 more damage. So you can shell out 200 damage every turn if you want. Okay. Klabapus. This is a fighting type Pokemon with 70 health. He's a basic with the ability called Beat, which costs 2 any energy, and it does 30 damage. He has a weakness of Psychic and a retreat cost of 2. Mareep. We already went through this one. It's just the reverse holo version. Other than that, no difference. Banette. This is the rare for the pack. He has a Psychic type with 80 health, and he's a single strike Pokemon, stage 1, with 2 abilities. Resolute Spirit, that does 20 times damage for 1 Psychic Energy. Put up to 7 damage counters on this Pokemon. This attack does 20 damage for each damage counter you placed in this way. So basically, you can drop him down to 10 health and then start shelling out, like, 200 damage. Eerie Light is his other ability at 1 Psychic and 1 Any Energy. For 50 damage, this opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. He's a weakness towards darkness and a resistance towards fighting and a retreat cost of 1. Fire! We have Raboot. Stage 1, okay, I'll show the artwork. So Raboot, this variant of Raboot. Stage 1, 90 HP fire type with a single strike. Has 1 ability called Volley Kick, and the energy cost, is 1 fire and 1 any. Volley Kick does 60 damage, and during your next turn, this Pokemon cannot attack. He has a weakness towards water and a retreat cost of 1. Agatha, move up to 3 damage counters from your active Pokemon to your opponent's active Pokemon. That's actually pretty slick. That could be a pretty solid move. Next up, Scroll of the Skies. Rapid Strike. Pokemon Tool. This Rapid Strike Pokemon, I always say this. I always open it up like this. But anyways, the Rapid Strike Pokemon this card is attached to can use the attack on this card. You still need the necessary energy to use this attack. Its ability is Grav Drop. It requires 1 lightning, 1 any energy for 10 plus damage. This attack does 50 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So potentially, if you just shell out damage, or if you get them shelling energies onto a certain Pokemon, you are going to demolish them. Next booster. We are 2 in, on to our 3rd. Now, I'm going to say that I'm not enjoying the fact that I have 3 boosters so far done and not a single Dynamax, V, or holographic. So I guess we'll see what happens next. So, the water beginner, Sawsbuck. This is a water-type Rapid Strike Pokemon with 60 HP. He's a basic with 2 abilities. 1, any energy cost, keep calling. Search your deck for up to 3 basic Rapid Strike Pokemon and put them onto your bench. Then, shuffle your deck. Next ability, Double Spin. 2 any energies, 20 times damage. Flip 2 coins. This attack does 20 damage for each heads. Bluebell. Quit yelling at me. Flip 2 coins. This attack does 20 for each heads. It has a weakness towards lightning and a retreat cost of 1. Ladybug. Gen 2. Loving my Gen 2s. Grass type with 60 HP. 1 attack called Collect, which allows you to draw a card at the cost of 1 energy. And the second attack called Punch, which is 2 any energy and 20 damage. Weakness towards fire and 1 retreat cost. Squovit. Annoying little fucker. Annoyed him like the frickin' plague. And, just avoided him. Squovit is a normal type with 60 HP. He's a basic Pokemon with 2 abilities. 1 called Scrounge. Put a Pokemon tool card from your discard pile into your hand. And the other one called Gnaw for 10 damage and 1 energy and no effect. All its energy costs are any. Typical with, normal type Pokemon. Weakness towards fighting and a retreat cost of 1. I actually just fought the normal type gym leader in Black and White, and holy crap, she was mean. I had to go at her twice, and I only won by a fluke with my Duat getting not only to go first on a move, but also a crit. If he had not gotten the crit, she would have finished me off. And I had to also count on her not knocking my Pokemon out in the first place. Next up, Crabrawler. He's a fighting type with 80 health, 2 abilities, one called Light Punch with 20 damage for 1 fighting energy, and the other one Double Lariat. For 1 fighting and 1 any energy, flip 2 coins as the attack does 40 damage for each heads. He is weak against Psychic with a retreat cost of 3. Grookey, the Grass type beginner for Sword or Shield. This is a basic Grass type with 60 HP, and he's a Rapid Strike Pokemon with 1 ability called Hit Twice. Its ability is at the cost of 1 Grass and 1 any energy, and it flips 2 coins as attack does 30 damage for each heads. Okay. Thwackey, reverse hollow version in the secondary form of Grookey. This is a Grass type with 100 health. That's actually pretty big. He's a Stage 1 Pokemon. He's Rapid Strike, and he has the ability Knock Off. My cat's being a shit. She's decided that now is the time to sing her songs. Anyways, Thwackey comes with Knock Off, which does 30 damage at the cost of 1 Grass energy and 1 any energy. Discard a random card from your opponent's hand. That's actually pretty good if you want to wear down your opponent. And it's handy. It's handy. He has a weakness towards fire and a retreat cost of 2. The rare for this pack, which actually is pretty cool, is Weavile. Sneasel's evolved form, and some reason it's a water type. Usually he's dark. I would expect him to be a dark type. Anyways, this is a water type Pokemon with 110 health. He's a Stage 1 evolution from Sneasel, and he has Rapid Strike. He has 2 abilities, first one being 2-hit KO. During your opponent's next turn, if the defending Pokemon is damaged by an attack from a Rapid Strike Pokemon, it will be knocked out. Knocked the fuck out. Next attack, Nasty Plot. Search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. That's actually pretty handy because you don't have to reveal them, and you're not restricted on what you choose. So this Pokemon cannot do any damage. He cannot fight unless you give him a Rapid Strike ability, like one of the cards, the item cards from earlier. His 1 energy. This costs 1 energy to use Nasty Plot. It's a water energy. He has a weakness towards Steel and a retreat cost of 1. So you'd put him out as a punching bag. You wouldn't necessarily put him out to do some damage because he's not going to be doing any. 1 Psychic Energy. Nice and handy. I don't really have a Psychic deck at this point. I did buy the Mewtwo deck back when it was first re-released. So I'm actually kind of excited to use that one. Swirlipede. So this is Venipede's evolved form. It's a Stage 1 evolution with 90 health. And actually pretty damn cool looking cocoon Pokemon. This Pokemon has 2 abilities. He's a Dark type with 90 health, and his first ability is Poison Sting for 20 damage and 1 Dark energy. Your opponent's active Pokemon is not poisoned. I mean, pretty straightforward. Rolling Tackle for 50 damage costs 1 Dark energy and 2 any energy. He has a weakness towards fighting and a retreat cost of 3. We've gone through this guy. Good old Thwackey. Thwack. Peony. This is a supporter card. Discard your hand and search your deck for up to 2 trainer cards. Reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So this could help you kind of reset. If you build your deck with a reset in mind, that can really help you attain that reset. Next up, let's keep it going. Calyrex. A lot of Calyrex. So yeah, at 8 booster packs, I mean, you are hopefully bound to get something really good. I mean, I don't know what the odds are. Okay, so we got our code card, which I always put aside first. Let's get into it. We got Ralts. Ralts is a Psychic type with 60 HP and 1 attack. He only has 1 ability, and it is Confuse Ray for 1 Psychic energy. The opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. He's weak against Steel and has a retreat cost of 1. Venipede. Just like before, same abilities. Bounsweet. Bounsweet's a basic grass Pokemon with 60 HP. He does 1 attack, Splash, which remarkably actually does damage. It has 30 damage on that and it has cost of 2 any energies. Weakness towards fire and a retreat cost of 1. Cool. Next up, Aeron. Already went through that guy. Next up, Deerling. This is a basic grass Pokemon with 60 HP. It has 2 abilities. Growl, as we've seen before. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon attacks do 20 damage less before applying weakness and resistance. It has 1 attack called Rear Kick for 20 damage with at the cost of 1 grass energy and 1 normal energy. Weakness towards fire and a retreat cost of 1. Ooh. Very nice. Okay. This is nice. Okay, but we already went through this one. This is what I am gawking at. Full Art Zeraora V. This is a lightning type Pokemon with 210 health, basic, rapid strike, and it has an ability called Cross Fist. It has got the cost of 1 lightning energy and 2 any energy. It does 100 damage. If one of your other rapid strike Pokemon used an attack during your last turn, this attack also does an extra 160 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Ouch! That's nasty. Okay, Steel Energy. Next up, ooh, cool, Lyran. Lyran is a Stage 1 evolution of Aeron. He has 100 health and he's a Steel type. He has 2 attacks, one called Tackle and one called Metal Claw. Tackle costs 3 energies, 1 Steel, 2 any for 50 damage, and Metal Claw costs 4 energies, 2 Steel, 2 any for 90 damage. It has a weakness of Fire and a resistance of Grass and a retreat cost of 3. We got Expedition Uniform, the trainer card. This is an item. Look at the bottom 3 cards of your deck and put them on top of your deck in any order. Not bad. Field card. Haven't seen too many of these. Stadium cards. They were introduced really with the Gen 2 series of Pokemon. You didn't see too many of them before that, I don't believe. Whenever any Pokemon attaches an energy card from their hand to one of their non-psychic Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. Ooh, that's mean. Okay. We got our first V of the pull. Pretty happy with that. May have taken a few packs to get to it, but the one they gave us was pretty top-notch. I like Zeraora. I actually have the deck for him. I do not believe it is in full form. I actually tore it down because I have a Vivid Voltage deck with Dreadnought. I have Venusaur and Blastoise V. I have Victini and Gardevoir V's battle decks. Like, I'm happy with those. Okay. First up, Sneasel. Stage 1 basic Pokemon with... Sorry. I know, I always say Stage 1, because, I mean, you think 1, you think it's the first one. But, anyways. Basic Water-type Pokemon with 70 health. 1 attack called Cut Down, and it does no damage, but it costs 1 energy. Flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. So it's like, seems like Sneasel and Weavile are just meant to sow chaos in the battle. They don't have abilities of their own. This is a Rapid Strike Pokemon, by the way. Weakness of Steel and a retreat cost of 1. Okay. Weedle. Weedle is a Grass type with 40 health, basic Pokemon, with Pierce as its only ability with 1 Grass energy and 20 damage. Weakness of Fire and a retreat cost of 1. Galarian Far Fetched. I have the deck for this. Galarian Far Fetched is a fighting type with 80 HP, a single strike Pokemon, basic, with 1 ability called Puncture. This costs 1 fighting energy and does 20 damage. This attack's damage isn't affected by resistance. Weakness is against Psychic and a retreat cost of 1. So Far Fetched is a fighter this time around. We got Castform, Water, Rainy Form. Basic Pokemon, Water type, with 70 HP, with 1 ability and 1 attack. The ability is Weather Reading. If you have 8 or more Stadium cards in your discard pile, what the fuck are you doing with that many Stadium cards? That is ridiculous. Ignore all energy in this Pokemon's attack costs. Its next attack is Rainfall. At the cost of 1 water energy and 1 any energy, this attack does 20 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. Don't apply weakness and resistance for bench Pokemon. So that's actually pretty hefty. If you were to keep that alive for a good couple turns, you could really cripple some of your opponent's Pokemon. And it's to each of them. So if they've got a full bench and you're throwing out 20 damage, 20 damage, 20 damage, and you find a way to keep this thing alive for multiple turns, It is pretty nasty. Weakness is lightning with a retreat and a resistance of null. There's nothing there. Interesting. Larvesta, already went through that one. We have Tapu Finney, and actually the last of the Tapus for me. Anyways. This is a water-type Rapid Strike Pokemon with 120 health. It has two attacks. I always say abilities and attacks interchangeably, and I shouldn't because abilities are very different and can be used anywhere in the match. Anyways, obviously within their conditions. Smash Turn is the attack, is the first one, at the cost of 1 water energy and doing 30 damage. You may switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. Second attack is at the cost of 2 water energies and 1 any energy. At 120 damage, put an energy attached to this Pokemon into your hand. So at least you don't have to throw it away. Now, the normal rare for this one, because that one is a reverse holo, is Sawsbuck. Sawsbuck is a stage 1 Pokemon with 110 health and a grass type. He has Tackle and Winterhorn. Tackle doing 30 damage at any energy cost, just 1. And Winterhorn doing 80 plus damage at the cost of 1 grass energy and 2 any. If you have a stadium in play, this attack does 80 more damage. Weakness of fire and a retreat cost of 1. 1 energy. Handy. Cybold. Whatever the frick that is. Cybold is a supporter card. He's a Rapid Strike, and his ability is choose up to your Rapid Strike Pokemon and heal 60 damage from each of them. That's pretty handy. Melanie. Sorry, I'll show you properly. This is another supporter card. Attach water energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon V. If you do, draw 3 cards. Brawly. Supporter card, Rapid Strike. Search your deck for up to 3 basic Rapid Strike Pokemon and put them onto your bench, and then shuffle your deck. So I'm saying, I'm a little on the disappointed side. We are down to our last 3 booster packs, and we do not have, we only have 1 V card so far and 2 holographics. One of them reverse holo, so I don't know if I count that one. Pokedex be looking thick after this, though. Okay, next up. I don't know why I showed you that. I mean, I don't really care. I don't really keep them. Okay, first up, Gauntlet. You'll be happy to see he's actually joined my team in Sword and Shield and is a permanent fixture. He is a basic Psychic Pokemon with 90 HP and 2 attacks. First attack, Pound at 1 Psychic Energy doing 10 damage, and the second attack, Punch at 1 Psychic and 1 any energy doing 30 damage. No effects. Weakness towards dark types and a resistance towards fighting types. He has a retreat cost of 3. We have Klabapus again. We have a cast form again. However, this is a different version of cast form, so we're going to go over it. This is a snowy formed basic cast form. This is a water type with 70 health. His ability, Weather Breathing, is the same as the other one. So you get to ignore all the attack costs if you have 8 or more stadium cards. His first attack is Frosty Typhoon. 120 damage, 2 water energies, and 1 basic, or 1 any, pardon me. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Frosty Typhoon. It has a weakness towards ice and no retreat or resistance. Okay. Hatena. Cool. This is a basic Psychic Pokemon with 60 HP. He has 1 attack called Psyshot at the cost of 1 Psychic Energy for 20 damage. He has a weakness towards darkness and a resistance of fighting and a retreat cost of 1. Alright, next up, Aeron. We already went through that. Spiral Energy. Reverse Holo. Rapid Strike, Special Energy. This card can only be attached to a Rapid Strike Pokemon. If this card is attached to anything other than a Rapid Strike Pokemon, discard this card. So if you need to throw it away, just attach it to something for your normal energy pull. But, anyways, as long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides every type of energy, but provides only 1 energy at a time. The Pokemon this card is attached to can't be paralyzed, and if it is already paralyzed, it recovers from that special condition. That's handy. You could protect your Pokemon quite effectively with that. The rare for this is Greedent's Woven's evolved form. This is a Stage 1 Pokemon that evolves from Squovit. And he is a normal type with 120 health. He has an ability and an attack. First ability is Brazen Tail. The energy attached to your Pokemon can't be put into your hand, deck, or discard pile by an effect by your opponent's items or support cards. So that's pretty handy. Basically, it just stops your opponent from doing any energy movements, but it only would stop it once, to my understanding. It has an attack called Gnaw for 90 damage and 3 energy. He has weakness towards fighting and a retreat cost of 1. Dark Energy, handy. Melanie, again, we will not be repeating cards. Whirlipede. And Cybold. So, we're on to our next booster pack, because those last 3 were things we'd already seen before. Okay, on to the next. Let's keep it going. That's what happens when you get so far into a booster pack. You start to see a lot of duplicates. Okay? Okay. Okay, first up is Larvesta, Mareep, Heracross, Klabapus, Grookey. Finally, a new one. Swirlix. Okay? Swirlix is a basic psychic Pokemon with 60 HP and 1 attack called Draining Kiss. It does 20 damage at the cost of any 2 energies. Any energy. Heal 10 damage of this Pokemon. It has a weakness towards Steel and a retreat cost of 1. New but old. Malamar. Malamar is a Stage 1 evolution of Inkay, and he is a Rapid Strike Psychic Pokemon with 120 health. He has 1 attack called Rapid Strike Tentacles for 1 Psychic Energy and 40 damage X. Reveal any number of Rapid Strike cards from your hand. This attack does 40 damage for each card you revealed in this way. Then shuffle those cards into your deck. Unless you know you're going to have a lot, because that's how you built your deck, I can't see him being very effective in just your run-of-the-mill Psychic deck. Weakness of Dark types, and resistance of fighting, and a retreat cost of 3. We have Wild Grass Energy, Peonia. Put up to 3 prize cards into your hand. Then, for each prize card you put into your hand in this way, put a card from your hand face down as a prize card. Trade off. Especially if you've got a sneaking suspicion that something you don't want in the prize pile is in the prize pile. Next up, Honey. Whoever you are. It's actually very pretty. This is a supporter card. Draw a card for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon V. Okay. Be a nasty opponent to fight if they got more than 1. Drizzile, the Stage 1 evolution of Sawsbuck. This is a Water-type Rapid Strike Pokemon with 90 HP. He only has 1 attack called Bounce for 40 damage at the cost of 2 any energy. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. He has weakness towards lightning and a retreat cost of 1. And here we are, the grand finale. This is a not so grand card pull, I have to say. I have had better ones come from the Evolving Skies boxes. That's a better booster pack. Chilling Reign isn't bad. I have had good ones, but so far, not really. So, I'm hoping that we get something a little bit better out of this. Maybe make this whole thing worth it. Got that Zeraora, so, that's pretty slick. Okay, I see a black outline, so I'm hoping that we got something good. We got Swirlix. Again, we will not go through cards we've already seen. I'm throwing Yamask around. I'm going to piss off the ghost type. Anyways. Yamask is a fighting type, 8 with 60 HP, basic. He has 1 attack called Brutal Swing for 2 any energy and does 10 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 30 more damage. That's not bad. Always do something, but it's nice when you can do more. Weakness of Grass type and a retreat cost of 2. Okay, cool. This is kind of cool. So we got a cast form. This time it's the fire type cast form. This is the Sunny form. This is a fire type with 70 HP. The same ability as the other ones, but the attack it has is called High Pressure Blast. That is at the cost of 2 fire energies and 1 any energy for 150 damage. Discard a stadium in play, and if you can't, this attack does nothing. So, build it around stadiums is all I can say. Cast form, normal form. And in a yarn style, like a little yarn character. He's a basic Pokemon with 70 HP. Normal type. And that same weather reading ability. Its attack is Weather Force. Draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand at the cost of 3 energies and doing 80 damage. That's not bad. That's a pretty consequence-free ability. He has a weakness towards fighting and no retreat or resistance. Okay, Ledeba. Repeats. Okay, Cubfu. Lol. This is a fighting type with 70 HP. He's a basic Pokemon with 2 attacks. One called Training for the cost of 1 any energy. Search your deck for a basic energy card and attach it to this Pokemon. Then shuffle your deck. Elbow Strike is its attack at 3 energies. So basically you could have this guy battle ready in 2 turns if you play your cards right. See what I did there? Fuck you. Elbow Strike. 60 damage, 3 energy cost. Any. Weakness towards Psychic and a retreat cost of 1. Here is the grand finale card, which I'm kind of disappointing because I already have this. But maybe I'll sell it or something. Galarian Slowking. He is a dark type rapid strike basic Pokemon with, single strike. Let me correct. It is a dark type rapid single strike Pokemon with 220 health and 2 abilities. Attacks. One called Concoction for 1 energy cost of any kind. Discard a card from your hand, and if you do, draw 3 cards. Not bad. We have World of Ruin is its second attack, and it is 1 dark energy, 1 energy, any energy. Word of Ruin. At the end of your opponent's next turn, this defending Pokemon will be knocked out. So basically, it doesn't apply damage, it just you use it, and they die. So you'll use your attack, they'll run their turn, and then the Pokemon in front of them will just die. That's handy. He has a weakness towards fighting and no resistance, and 3 retreat cost. Lightning Energy. Brawly. Haunter. Haunter is a Stage 1 evolution of Ghastly. For 80 HP and Psychic type, he has 1 attack called Will-O-Wisp. And that only does 30 damage, and it's at the cost of 1 Psychic Energy. He has a weakness towards Dark types, a resistance towards fighting, and a retreat cost of 1. Last up, Celio. He is a Stage 1 evolution of Spheal. He is a Water-type Pokemon with 110 health. He has 2 attacks, one called Ram, and the other called Aurora Beam. There's some classics right there. Aurora Beam. Ram does 30 damage at the cost of 2 any energies, and Aurora Beam does 70 damage at the cost of 3 energies, 2 water, 1 any. He has a weakness towards steel and no resistance, and a retreat cost of 4. So there concludes our Rapid Strike box. Now, our Chilling Reign box. Now, I have to say that the Evolving Skies pulls have been far better. I am not happy with how little I got out of this, and considering these are $65 a piece, I mean, the cool little extras, but don't really mean much if you already have them. So what you should be paying for is, I don't know, a higher roll chance on better cards, which at 8 packs, I mean, you got a 2 in 10 chance of getting some pretty slick cards per pack. So, I mean, okay, fine, 10 out of 80. What is that, 20%? That's a 20% chance. So, maybe the math is wrong. But the feeling in the message, I don't think it's. Because that could have been so much better. I love collecting cards. I've been collecting them since I was little, and I have amassed quite a solid collection these days. And I plan to keep going and keep doing these videos. Expect to catch our next set of videos. We've got some comedy ones coming up, and as well we have first impressions for Metroid Prime. We have our other Elite Trainer box. We have our retro series, Enter the Matrix for the PlayStation 2, being played in sequence. So right now we've just posted part 2 at this point in time. So definitely throw your likes, follows, and subscribes in all the right places. So you can keep up with our content. Go over to Twitch, Pidera_74 to catch our live shows and active series. Come over to come over to YouTube here at Pidera Space 74, where you can catch all these card pulls and original videos, as well as any series you might be interested in from the past, like Until Dawn, God of War, Spider-Man, The Medium from the Xbox One, and enjoy it. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. So put your likes, follows, subscribes in all the right places, and I will see you guys next time.